What's going on, guys? Brother Russia here, back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Rainbow Gamma 1 and 2 LR. So, got them all rainbowed out, obviously. We've got them at link level 10. I have not put any equips on them because they do get special equips when you beat the, I believe it's the memorable battles. So that's where you'll get like the special equips for Gamma 1 and 2 here. And I didn't want to I didn't want to have to waste anything. So I decided not to put anything on them for now. I will put their actual skill orbs on them when we acquire them. But even at 100% without anything on them, they should perform very well still. So let's take them into an event and check them out real quick. Alright, so we're here in the first event. So this is the Supreme Magnificent Battle versus Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. So we are kind of doing a little bit of a continuation of my previous video, which was the Rainbow Beast Gohan video. Which if you guys haven't checked that out, you should definitely go watch that, because I kind of run Beast Gohan through the first 4 Supreme Magnificent fights, and yeah, he basically just dominated the entire time. Easy no item runs. I mean, it was just ridiculous how good he was. But you know, this one isn't going to be the Beast Gohan showcase. We've already seen him. This is going to be focused on Gamma 1 and 2. So I did bring a second friend Gamma 1 and 2. It took me a little bit to find one. There is definitely less LR Rainbow Gamma 1 and 2 on the friends list than there is Beast Gohans, I can tell you that. But either way, I mean, we do have the Gammas. They are a 200% 3-key superheroes category leader. And let me just tell you, superheroes is basically like the strongest category in the game. And they're just getting buffs over and over and over as well. Because we have like Tech UI Goku that's going to be coming at some point. We got the Easy Ace for LR AGL UI Goku, for LR INT Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. I mean, we have the INT Universe 7 Easy A coming. I mean, there's like just so many buffs coming for superheroes that they literally are like the best team in the game right now. But okay, so right here we've got, let me check the friend out real quick. Do they, okay, so they actually do have skill orbs on theirs, and they are link level 10. Okay. I didn't talk about my build though, so let me go here. So here is my build. I went with basically a full additional and full dodge build, mainly because as long as you give them INT orbs or STR or AGL orbs, they get crit chance. So there's literally no point in putting crit on them. So we avoided crit altogether. So, you know, we're going to give them the INT orbs right here, which in their base form that we are right now, giving them the INT orbs increases our crit hit by 30% per INT key sphere. So we got a 60% chance to crit right now. Plus we can launch an additional super attack up to 2 additionals per INT key sphere. So we can get, we're basically going to get 3 supers plus the hidden potential. So we can super 4 times right here. We are sitting at 6 out of 7 links because Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, they do link well with their AGL and STR counterparts. So we're sitting at 470k defense. Now, they also are a 50% support to Defenders of Justice, Joint Forces, and Superheroes. So, you know, the extra 3 key and 50% attack and defense, the Gammas are basically supporting each other right here. So, yeah, I don't think we have much to worry about. And the other thing is we're getting basically, well, I was going to say, we're getting 250% attack and defense, but apparently that didn't matter against that Vegeta. So hold on, we're just gonna hop right back in there. But that's the thing is like with the gammas, they literally have to super first to raise that attack and defense, because once they super, then they're fine. It's just they can get caught pre-super, and that's literally exactly what happened to us in the very first fight. We just got caught pre-super, and that ended up being the run right there. But you know, that's how a lot of these units are. So now that we've actually supered, now we can let Vegeta super us and we'll be okay. It's just right now, like basically it's just right now before they super, they don't have their damage reduction up either, because they get an extra 50% attack and defense, and they get 30% damage reduction starting from the turn in which they perform the third super. So right now, boom, this is our third super. We get an additional 50% attack and defense, and we have the 30% damage reduction. And now it doesn't matter. Now we can get supered now, and we'll be okay with them. Now, mind you, this AGL one, maybe not so much, but you know, it's the INT ones that we're really kind of showing off here. Which I did build my AGL one with, I think it was additional and dodge as well. So hopefully his dodge will actually kick in. And speaking of dodge and stuff like that, there is going to be a update for the little pan event where you get like the little water bottles and stuff like that. That event does get a little update, and there will be EX skill orbs in there for AGL Gamma 2, STR Gamma 1, the physical LR Ultimate Gohan, the Tech Orange Piccolo, INT Pan, and the STR Trunks and Goten. Like all of them get their own EX skill orbs, which is amazing. Like it's actually really cool that they did it that way. So, you know, just a heads up, make sure you guys don't actually use don't use any kind of like skill orbs or anything like that on these guys, just because they do actually have their own coming very soon. But okay, so we'll just throw Beast Gohan off rotation, because again, this isn't the Beast Gohan showcase, so we do want to show off the gammas, because that's kind of, this is going to be their main shtick here, is showing them off, because we already know what Beast Gohan can do. Now we want to see what the gammas can do while just having Beast Gohan on the team. How about that? So 10 million attack stat. Now this is in their base form. We did not give him any INT key spheres. So whenever we give an STR or an AGL in their base form, they get a 12% crit hit chance. And then they can launch an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super with up to 2 additional attacks. So it's not a guaranteed super unless you give them the INT key spheres. So that's why I was saying you obviously want to aim for the INT ones. But if you can't get them, STR and AGL are good backups basically. And they actually do get better once we can get them into like their standby phase. So like here, you know, we'll go into our standby. And now that we're in the standby phase, we get 6 key, 250% attack and defense, and we get 50% damage reduction. Plus we get an additional 50% attack and defense when we attack. We still support with the 50% support to superheroes, join forces, and defenders of justice. We still get the 30% crit hit chance, and we launch up to 2 supers with INT key spheres. Or we still do the crit hit plus 12% and launch additional attacks that can become supers with AGL or STR. So obviously we want to go with as many STR because we have no INT key spheres at all. So we still want to make sure that we can get those. We still want to make sure we can get that crit hit chance, which I think we got 4 of them right here. So this is a 48% chance to crit. We'll launch 2 attacks. We'll see if any of them actually become supers or not. Okay, so we did get the crit. Okay, so this one, the second attack is an additional super, and it did crit. Okay, the third one is also a super, and this one also crit. So there you go. You don't need just int key spheres, but you definitely want to make sure that you try to get them if possible. Let's go ahead and just pop your active skill. Get a nice little action break right there. We'll put you guys up front because now you do have your 675k defense, plus you guys are you do have damage reduction up now, so it's kind of like a win-win. We may as well, and plus we want to get as many attacks in as we can to build up the friend gamma 1 and 2 that are in the standby phase, because once we actually can pop their active skill, it raises our attack by 100% temporarily per charge count, and it causes super ultimate damage and stuns the enemy for 1 turn. So it's 100% per charge count. So the higher our charge count, the stronger this active skill is going to be. See, and that's why I built mine with dodge right there, because you know, we could have taken a little bit of damage, but we just avoided taking damage at all. We got to see like what this charge count is going to be right after this. Ah, we can get another super in there. It's unfortunate. Okay. So we're sitting at 12. So we have a 1200% attack increase right here. Let's do this. Let's actually go ahead and play their animation, just because their animation actually is so good. And we have all 7 links active right here. So let's go ahead and pop this active skill. $25 million. Yes, 25 million damage right there. And just to, you know, just to top the fight off, let's just go ahead and pop Beast Gohan's active skill. All attacks will just be aimed at him. And this is literally how you finish these fights. So right here for Gamma. So now that we've, you know, got Gamma 1 out, he actually gets so the way that he actually works is he gets 150% attack and defense and reduces damage received by 15%, but he gets an additional 3 key and 150% attack and defense and an additional damage reduction of 15% when HP is 30% or more, which we are at. And then he gets 50% attack and defense when he attacks. Still gives a support buff to superheroes and everything. Launches an additional super guaranteed. Changes AGL to int key spheres. And then he gets a chance to perform a crit plus 20% up to 100%. And an additional damage reduction of 10% up to 50% per int key sphere obtained. So we picked up 5 int key spheres right there. We're at 100% crit hit. And then we get an additional 50% damage reduction, plus we're above 30% HP, so we're getting another 15 on top of that. So we're at what is it, 65% damage reduction, and then we have our base 15% just from start of turn, so we're at 80% damage reduction right here. So right now we literally would not take any damage from him. But either way, I mean, we decided to just aim all of our attacks at Beast Gohan anyway, because at this point, why wouldn't you? Like, you know, if you're going to be coming down to a fight like this, that you need to know item, and you have Beast Gohan on the team, you may as well just, you know, pop his active skill, just let all the attacks be aimed at him. So like right here, we're protecting Gamma, we're protecting the AGL Gamma 2, especially him being type disadvantage in this fight. And then now we'll let Gamma 1 actually just do damage. 18 million. 18 million attack stat. And then here's his guaranteed additional. And then he would have also had his hidden potential additional that could have also procced. But there we go. There was the fight against this one. Let me take him into one more fight. We'll take it into against the Supreme Magnificent battle against UI Goku. And I think that'll probably be a pretty good place to call it. All right, so we are here in the next event. So I figured out, you know, with the Beast Gohan showcase, I mean, he is obviously our main focus, our main damage dealer per se. So I kind of put the focus on Beast Gohan, obviously taking the brunt of the damage and everything like that, because that's what he's for. He's for, you know, tanking all these hits in slot 1. And he is here for basically being like the slot 1 god. Whereas with the Gammas, they can do really good damage. However, they also serve a very good role as support units, because they do give the 50% attack and defense support to superheroes. And it doesn't matter if you're in their standby, after the standby, it doesn't matter. So I figure, you know what? The best way I think that we can run them this time is to run them as support units. That way they give a 50% support to the entire rotation. So I figured, you know, it might be a pretty good, maybe a good place to try that. However, right here might not be a good place. Unfortunately, with Gogeta being type disadvantage and the STR one is better in slot 3. Unfortunately, this is just kind of how where we had to put him in slot 1, but I wanted to run them as like slot 3 support units basically. But unfortunately, we did have to kind of break up the rotation just a little bit. It's a little unfortunate, but I think it should be okay. But they are still giving the 50% support to the whole rotation. And we did get INT key spheres right here. So we have the guaranteed supers. And plus we did super 3 times. So now we have their damage reduction up. I know it's a little late, obviously, because we, you know, took a lot of damage to begin with. But after the 3rd super, they get that 30% damage reduction in base form. So that's what we really want to aim for, is to make sure we can at least get their 3 supers off, because then afterwards we can actually get them through their standby phase and then their final like active skill phase. So that's kind of like the only thing is, you know, we do have to unfortunately still super with them just so we can make sure that they are, you know, powerful for the future. Now, the only thing is this base form Gogeta is the only one that I'm really worried about on this team. And yeah, I was gonna say, like, in that last slot is the only place that I would be worried about, if anything. Okay, so Gamma's here. We'll go ahead and transform them. Like, that is just such a clean like standby. Like, it's actually really, really good. But okay, so here, you know, obviously we're gonna leave Beast Gohan in slot 1 because we're just using the Gammas as our support units here. So as we can see, you know, look at these attack stats right here. I mean, we're sitting at 2.1 mil for Beast Gohan with 484k defense. Ultimate Gohan's at 1.8 mil with 410k defense. I mean, they are doing, you know, they're supporting with that 50% very well. So what's Beast going to be at here? 20 million. 20 million attack stat. And the Gammas don't have to do anything. They just have to look pretty in slot 3. But now kind of comes the next fun part, because now we can get Vegito Blue out. Unfortunately, I can't get Gogeta Blue out quite yet. But with Vegito here, he does dodge everything in slot 1. So we're just gonna leave him here in slot 1 like this. There's 7 orbs there. We'll give you this right here, because obviously with the Gammas, we can give them AGL or STR. So which one's going to give us more? This is going to give us more. So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we got 6. 6 of these AGL orbs. So we're getting 12% per AGL orb for our crit hit chance. And again, they also are supporting this Vegito. They're going to be supporting Gogeta as well. So they're doing exactly what we need them to. Just sit there, look nice and pretty in slot 3, support the damage dealers, and then if it gets to them, then they can actually still pump up some really good attack stats. Because again, we did give them, you know, 6 AGL key spheres. Yeah, so the other thing is we just have to kind of watch out for Goku's super here, if he does super us. I did build my Gogeta like basically full dodge and additional. So if he does actually super, hopefully Gogeta dodges it. Because I'm not worried about the Gammas in slot 3. They're not going to take any kind of damage, so I'm not worried about them. Just don't super us and we should be okay. Oh, please dodge this. What's this going to do to us? Oh, it didn't matter. I guess the extra 50% attack and defense that we just got right there kind of saved our butt. Yep, and then we can get up to 2 additional attacks, which they can be supers as well. So there we go. And then now we're in the final phase, and now we're going to get Gogeta out. So this Gogeta obviously dodges every single attack, you know, his first time out. So I think we'll just do it like this. We'll go ahead and pop your active. I will say that is still like the cleanest and nicest looking active skill in the game. And I will basically die on that hill because it actually is like one of the best looking ones. And it kind of like at the same time, it does suck that it is locked away behind the physical Ultimate Gohan instead of the actual Beast Gohan unit. Like if they imagine they would have gave this Beast Gohan like his current active skill that he has where he gets the extra defense and all attacks are aimed at him, but imagine they also did that special beam cannon as his actual active. So he deals damage and has all attacks aimed at him the same way that Gogeta, like it's the same way Gogeta does. Because the physical carnival Gogeta, he does damage and then all attacks are aimed at him. So imagine they would have done that with Beast Gohan on top of them giving him defense. Like, it would have been crazy. Like that, I probably would have watched that active skill every single time because of just how good it is. So, but I mean, obviously right here, we don't have the gammas on rotation. So we're not getting any kind of support here, which is no big deal, to be honest. Now, next turn, you know, we have Vegito, we got Vegito Blue, plus we'll have Gogeta transform. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and just watch all of these nice, you know, actives that we've got. Let's go ahead and pop Gogeta's first. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to pop the Gamma's active skill next, because they do get the 100% attack per charge count that we've had, and we have 20 charge count, which means we have a 2000% attack increase right here. So let's just go ahead and pop this because this is going to be a massive attack right here. Okay, so we did, you know, 15 million, which is not bad at all. And let's go ahead and pop Vegito's active skill while we're already at it. So, I mean, we did, you know, massive damage right there. I mean, we've got all kinds of, you know, support. We've got good rotations right here. I mean, I guess we'll just let, I don't know, I guess we'll just let Vegito, we'll let Vegito shine. How about that? And then right here, if, you know, if it ever got to a point where it got to the gammas, as long as if we give him 5 INT key spheres right here, that has 100% attack, and then we're over 80% we're over 30% HP. So we'd be sitting at what, 30%, or I'm sorry, at 80% damage reduction. Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter because it still didn't kill Vegito. Vegito's probably gonna just finish this fight with a normal. Yeah, we're gonna finish this fight with a normal. Well, I mean, there we have it. We were able to see the Gammas perform, you know, on a team where they were the main focus of the damage dealing, and then also right here we were able to see them in a more supportive role, which is exactly like what I wanted to kind of show off the two differences. But there you guys go. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys pulled for the Gammas, and if you did, what you guys got them to. And then let me know your thoughts on them as well. Like, do you guys like running them as a support style unit, or do you actually like running them as like the main focal like damage dealer on the team? Realistically, when I'm probably going to be running them, they're going to be running as a support unit because of the 50% attack and defense they give to superheroes. And especially, again, like I was saying, when we get AGL UI Goku's EZA, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Vegeta's EZA, and then later on down the line, we get the Tech UI Goku. You know, we get the LR Universe 7 and stuff like that, you can just throw these guys as the leader for 200% to all of them, and then just run a Universe 7 team if you wanted to, and they're just unstoppable. They just do exactly what they need to do, and that's support, while the rest of the team, it just goes bonkers. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, and if you're new here, subscribe as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.